RSL home opener recap, Kings and Fools, match day honors, injury updates, and RSL's road trip to Atlanta. All that and more coming up on Boot Room 801. Welcome back to the Boot Room, everyone. My name is Giles, and I'm joined as always by my co-host and wife, Kayla.
Hello!
And we have quite a bit to go over today, so let's just go ahead and jump into it, Kayla. So why don't you hit us with that recap?
Man, this was a good match to be at. It was our first home opener, so it was pretty awesome. We had 20,000 fans there, so always good to have everyone there. RSL did say that we sold out, or it was a sold out opener, so that was awesome.
Sold out crowd, just really awesome energy. It was really fun.
Mm-hmm. A couple starts to mention. Juan Manuel Sanabria made his RSL and MLS debut. Lucas Engel got his first start for RSL, obviously not MLS because he was playing for Cincinnati. And Philip Quinton got his first start of 2026. So pretty good. It was a good start. So with our starting 11, we had Rafa Cabral in the net as always. Philip Quinton, Glad, and Engel. So Engel was different than, or Engel and Quinton were both different than the Vancouver game. Mm-hmm. Yedlin was injured last game with that hamstring, and we'll talk more about that. And then we had Gozo, Moisa, Kalaskan, and then Sanabria, and then Hezarkhani, Piol, and Booth. So the only three changes were Quinton, Engel, and Sanabria. So pretty nice that Sanabria was able to start with us. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun to see his first start.
Yeah. So some key moments that happened. In the 7th minute, Cabral had an amazing save. He had to one-handed save to settle things down a little bit and make sure that we didn't start off on the wrong foot. So still scoreless. And then in the 23rd minute, Moisa was able to win a loose ball kind of close to the box, passed it to Sanabria, and Sanabria was able to whip it across from the left in the front, and Hezarkhani was able to just pop it right in. So Hezarkhani got his very first MLS goal and RSL goal. So that was awesome. Because he is 18 and a few months, he is 18 years and 245 days. He is the 9th youngest goal scorer in RSL history.
That's awesome.
So kudos to Hezarkhani.
And Sanabria's first assist as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Sanabria's first assist, Hezarkhani's first goal. Luca was a very big part of that, so that was awesome. And then in the 47th minute, so right after we come back from the half, they're able to get the ball back in the defense. Glad gives it to Quinton. Quinton long balls it all the way up to Gozo. And Gozo's able to just slide it across to Piol, and Piol pops it right in. So Piol also got his first RSL goal.
Second RSL goal.
Oh, yeah, it's his second RSL goal. First of the season.
Yeah.
That's right. So he had 1 goal and 1 assist last year. But it is his first since March 8th.
Yeah.
So pretty awesome for him. In the 62nd minute, unfortunately, Seattle is able to get a goal on a header off of a corner, which RSL and set pieces are a little bit tricky. So that was a little frustrating.
Yeah, it was a frustrating one.
Yeah, so Christian Roldan was able to get that header. And then, unfortunately, in the 78th minute, Piol suffered a very serious injury. And after field assessment is subbed off in the 82nd minute for Marchuk. The other notable subs is Ruiz came on for Moisa and Junca came on for Engel in the 61st minute. And in the 72nd minute, Solans came on for Booth and Guilavogui came on for Hezarkhani. So Guilavogui made his RSL and MLS debut.
I was so happy to see that. It was awesome. I'm very happy with how his debut went.
And he had some very close calls. Very close almost goals. Unfortunately, obviously, almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Yeah.
But it's very promising to see for the future.
Yeah, I was really happy with this performance. Again, a great performance from our young core of players, just like we saw in Vancouver. It was a fun time to see so many debuts. And for Sanabria to get an assist in his debut, that was really fun for me to see. I loved seeing the ball go down that side. Sanabria really impressed me, even more than I thought he was going to.
He has some great ball handling.
And his passing awareness was awesome.
He
It
was
was
able
also,
to open up moments.
yeah. And the look on Hezarkhani's face when his goal goes in.
Oh, it's just pure joy.
I will never get sick of watching that replay. Just the absolute joy that
Joy,
was.
shock, like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I got it. I did this in
Yeah.
front of our fans too. Not only like he got the first goal of the season for RSL, he got his first goal ever for MLS and RSL, and he got to do it in front of the fans.
In the home opener.
Like how like picturesque, like movie like.
Yeah.
Cinematic, that's what I wanted to say.
I don't think you can really dream it better than it happened.
Oh, for sure.
In the post-game press conference, just asking him about like what went through his head, and he was just like, it was just shock. Didn't even know what to do to celebrate. He was
like, I don't know what to do. I don't know. I don't have any celebrations yet. Like, I just was excited, and he did this cute little finger guns with Gozo. It was adorable.
And Gozo being so happy for Aiden, like celebrating with as much energy as if he had just scored.
Oh, absolutely. He did the same thing with Piol too. When he assisted Piol, he like hugged Piol, and they both were like super happy and cheering. The unselfishness or the selflessness of Gozo is awesome.
Yeah, I really love seeing the chemistry and the true friendships that are building in the squad this year. Gozo talked about it. He did an interview on ESPN 700 with Spence Checketts, and in that interview, Spence asked him if he has a best friend on the team, and it was really fun to see his answer, because he starts off, he's like, well, Kobe Henry, and then he keeps going, and then he keeps going, and then he like names like most of the squad. And I think that speaks volumes to how the team is getting along.
Oh, they're gelling so well.
And
I even made a note. We had the opportunity to go to the practice last week before the opener, and Giles and I both had the thought of like the vibes are so much better this time. They seem to be gelling so well and laughing and connecting, not just in the ball, but on a deeper level. It's so cool to see the difference between last year and this year. Last year, it felt tense. It felt like we were scrambling the whole time, and the team felt that too. There was this tension. There was this uncertainty. Whereas this year, there's a lot of confidence. There's a lot of camaraderie. There's a lot of cohesion that wasn't there last year, and it's paying off.
Yeah.
Even with how young our squad is, and it's not even our full-fledged squad.
Yeah, it's like the fun is back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my parents always laugh at me because I'm always the one who hopes for fun in everything. I'm always like, I hope you have fun, instead of like anything else. Fun is like my main motivator. But if you have fun while you're doing it, it's easier to do it in any job. And this is their job. And so if they're stressed about it, they're not going to perform as well. And it's the same as us being in a job. If we don't enjoy it, we don't do as well. But if we're having fun, if we're laughing, if we're playing, if we're doing it with our best friends, it's easier to make those impactful plays.
Yeah. And that's something that we've seen in a lot of the training sessions this year, is there's been a lot of laughter and a lot of support from everyone on the pitch. And Pablo called it in the post-training press conference that he did on Tuesday. He kept referring to it as feeling psychologically safe and putting the players into a position where they are psychologically safe and they feel that. And the goal is obviously minimize mistakes, but recognizing that with this young core of players, the mistakes are going to happen, but being in a position where you feel safe to make those, as long as you have a good reaction to it.
Yeah.
And we've seen that there in this match, there were quite a few like unforced giveaways that resulted from a lack of experience, but each time the players were able to regroup. Anytime that there was a giveaway in a dangerous spot, everybody just reacted well, got back, and played defense. And we saw it pay off, where the only time they scored was off of a set piece. And granted, there was no reason that Roldan should have been unmarked.
Yeah.
But that will come with time.
Yeah.
And all the other times, like, I was just so impressed that, like, oh, look, there's Moisa covering it. Or when we lose the ball in the attacking zone, somebody...
Even Hezarkhani was rushing to go and defend.
Yeah. And Hezarkhani's goal came from, we lost the ball. Luka maintained his composure, got the ball back, put it over to Sanabria. Sanabria sees Aiden running and not giving up on the play, and runs in and takes that ball and finishes it. So the reactions to any mistakes that were made were awesome, and you can see that there is just trust from the guys, that there will be support, and that
they're not going to get in trouble, or they're not going to get... No one's going to be mad at them.
When the mistakes happen, no one's throwing their arms up and going, "Oh, why did you do that?" We're a team, we're going to roll with it, and let's
learn from it later.
Yeah, we'll get the ball back, and then we'll be okay.
I talked about this before, and I'm going to talk about it every time. The biggest example of this is Dominic Marchuk. Last year, when something wrong would happen, he would be mad, and he would, like, not pout, but, like, sulk, and, like, you could tell that he was beating himself up and things like that. He made a mistake in this game, and I literally saw him go, "Oh, well," and, like, brush it off and kept going. Like, it's so encouraging to see that.
Yeah. Where there's resiliency.
Yes, exactly. And it's not just in him, it's in everyone.
And it's positive resiliency too. It's not just like, oh, well, we'll suffer through it together. It's a, no, we're gonna get it back. We are working together. I don't know.
Hopeful.
You see them gelling on the field. You see them gelling off the field on social media. I love that there was a video of Gozo standing on, like, a chair or a table somewhere. I think this was during preseason, and he's just singing. Just singing, serenading the club. And I thought that was just so fun, because you wouldn't do that with a group that you're not getting along with.
Especially, like, not everyone's a weird singer like I am and who likes to sing in public, but, like, if you're not like me, like, you're not gonna just sing to anyone. You're gonna sing with your buddies. And when you feel safe. Yeah.
But back to the play on the field. Like, it was really fun to see the result of all of that, like, good relationship going. And yes, there were mistakes. It wasn't a perfect performance, but the mistakes were adapted to well. And that, for me, that's more important than cracking the whip to avoid mistakes. Yeah. It's more important to get a good reaction and recover from them. So I was very encouraged to see that.
Yeah. And Pablo and Cabral both talked about it, about the ways to correct mistakes while keeping the morale, is let the young guys have their energy, because their energy is infectious and their energy carries to the older players. But you also still course correct while doing it with love. You're able to teach them, like, hey, that may not have gone exactly the way you wanted it to. You still hustled. You still did this. This was good. Now let's do this to make it better.
And I love how this club is coming together this year. There's a sense of hope that we didn't really feel it last year. And even in 2024, where everything was going well, I didn't feel this much belief coming from every level of the club. Anyone that I talked to, whether it's other fans at the stadium, or people who are connected to the club or working for the club, or coaching staff or players, everyone has this, like, sense of positivity, sense of belief. And it's nice to have that back. But can we please talk about Guilavogüi's debut? I am so excited for this.
He did really well.
That through ball that he played to Solans, another fantastic player who had a great debut as well.
Who almost got a goal.
Yeah, that through ball that Guilavogui puts up, and it gets to Solans, and just, like, by a matter of inches misses that strike.
Or
And
the other one where he notices where the pass is, he just barely stays on side, and then as soon as it's passed, he puts on the rockets
yeah,
and just blasts off.
and
And he only
granted,
missed it because the keeper was able to just get a leg out.
yeah, if he'd been able to get just a couple more inches on
Mm-hmm.
that ball. So here's one thing that I am very happy about seeing. Any chances that are being missed by inches.
Mm-hmm.
Where last year, when we had Gonçalves or Juan Cruz, who are good players, but just not, I guess, in our
I
system,
guess not.
when they would miss,
It was like a
they
country mile.
they would miss by yards,
Mm-hmm.
like absolute yards. Just send it to the parking lot
Mm-hmm.
and compare that to this home opener where we've got Salon's misses because it just rolls on the wrong side of the post. If that had moved over like 2 inches, it would have hit the post, ricocheted, and gone in.
Mm-hmm.
Guilavogui, if he'd been able to get like an inch or two of height more on
Mm-hmm.
that ball, it goes over Thomas and into the net. So I know on social media, a lot of people were saying that without Cabral, this would have been 4-2 for the Sounders. I acknowledge that they had some good chances, and Cabral made some incredible saves. He was awesome. He was on fire. But matter of inches,
Mm-hmm.
and we would have been walking out of that game 4-1.
Mm-hmm.
The 4-1 for RSL.
Mm-hmm.
So
Could have gone either way.
I'm just very impressed with how we're able to create these chances, and the chances are good.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting goals scored, and any goals that are being missed are not being missed by a mile. Like even Ruiz had a strike from the top of the box that was saved, but it was on frame.
Oh, absolutely.
We had a couple others. Salons, I think, had a couple other strikes that
Mm-hmm.
were close as
Mm-hmm.
well.
Gozo had a close one.
Mm-hmm.
Hezarkhani had another close one. We had a lot of close options.
Yeah, it was a really good performance. I was very pleased
I'm
with
so
it.
hopeful. I'm so much more hopeful than last year.
Yeah,
We have goal scorers.
Yeah, it's going to be so much fun as the season progresses and we get people back from injuries. I'm just very excited. So with so much on the field that happened that was so encouraging, it was a little bit more difficult for me at least to narrow down my
Only 3
choices
kings.
for Kings and Fools. So for anyone who missed it last week, we were doing a new segment where we are going to be kind of stealing a little bit from hockey and from my background growing up, where after the game in hockey, you dole out your 3 stars and you have your third star, second star, and then first star of the game. So we're going to be doing that with our crowns that we're going to be giving out. And then we're also going to do our fool's moment, that moment that we kind of felt should maybe have been avoided.
Mm-hmm.
So Kayla, why don't you go ahead and get us started?
Yeah. So my first king is Aiden Hezarkhani. He balled out. He was so positive to watch. He was so exciting to watch. And he got his first RSL goal. And he got RSL's first goal of the season. He was just beaming. And it was just so fun to watch him play. He deserves it. My second one actually goes to Ari Piol. He almost got a goal. And then he got a goal. And then he almost got another one. And then he was injured and taken off. And my heart goes out to him for his injury. And I wish him a speedy recovery. He just was awesome. He did so well. And it was just exciting to see. And then my third is Rafa Cabral. I mean, I know we talked about like with the goals, we could have been 4-1 that way. But he did amazing. He took a knock to the post while saving a ball and just came right back out and kept going, and looks like his back's okay, but it was a little scary there for a second. I love watching him protect the goal. The way he's able to just like punch out and like get a ball away or grab the ball or kick it away. Like he just does whatever he can to protect that goal, and it's incredible to watch. And there's a reason that he's the Cabral wall.
Yeah, He protects that net like his family's standing
Oh,
inside of it.
absolutely. He's probably got like when he's in practice, probably got like two picture, like a picture of his boy and a picture of his girl in each corner just
Just
to
mentally
protect.
just sitting there.
Yeah, but no, I think that he did an absolutely fantastic job, and for good reason. Like he just was amazing. And then my fool's moment, I honestly have to give it to Jay Glad when he almost like when he stopped defending when he thought that they were offsides for their second goal that was almost a goal that didn't become a goal.
The offside goal.
The offside goal. You don't know that they're going to call it offside.
Especially with how the calls were going during this
Especially
game.
with how the calls were going. The calls were going much more in favor of Seattle. And so if you don't know that that's what's going on, you got to bust your butt to get to the ball. You better stop that striker as soon as you can. There's no excuse, personally. And that could have been 2 points.
Yeah,
lost.
that could have been.
Like we could have lost 2 points, basically.
Yeah,
and
that
had a
could have
draw.
been an equalizer.
Yeah.
And who knows if we were able to like rally.
Exactly.
I mean, we didn't see another goal in the game. It was margin of inches, but you can't guarantee that.
Exactly. And so, like, as a defender, you've got to do your job. That's my fool's moment. And for you?
For me, my first king of the game, I'm going to agree. I'm going to go with Aiden Hezarkhani because his finish was just awesome. Taking that pass from Sanabria. I can't speak highly enough about that goal. It was just awesome to see. I am so excited at his ability to like maintain composure at such a young age. I just can't say enough good things about him. And again, repeating, he is the 9th youngest goal scorer in RSL history, and that is something that I think is worthy of taking a crown today.
Mm-hmm.
My second is going to be Juan Manuel Sanabria with an assist in his debut. I was very impressed with how he was able to move the ball down the left flank. I was very impressed with how he was able to contribute offensively and defensively. Every time that he touched the ball, I just liked him more and more. So my second king of the game is Juan Manuel Sanabria. And my third is quickly turning into one of my favorites just because I really like him off the field and I really like him on the field, is going to be Morgan Guilavogui. I am so excited to see him get a start.
Yeah.
Coming in and making such a big impact
Mm-hmm.
and consistently getting those passes into dangerous zones and then also being able to be in dangerous positions. I am so excited to see where he goes with us, and I am convinced that he's going to be a top player in this league, and I am so happy that we got him.
Yeah. Kudos to the Miller Group and Jason Kreis and Kurt Schmid for finding him and getting him here.
Yeah, credit to the front office. I think that one is definitely a DP that we're gonna hit with rather than whiff. So it's nice to see that
for sure
compared to our last two.
Yeah.
And I just really like Guilavogui. It was just a good night for him.
Mm-hmm.
But my fool's moment is going to be not just a single player, but it's going to be the defensive breakdown that led to Seattle's goal.
Mm-hmm.
So when they get a corner in the 62nd minute, Roldan just kind of runs inside the net, runs behind Cabral, and then just pops up unmarked into a dangerous area, jumps up and heads the ball in.
Yeah.
And
there was no one there.
Yeah, there was no one on him. There was no one stopping him, and that was ridiculous to me to let that player run around like that.
Roldan.
You really want to get him stopped, and Cabral did everything that he could, but somebody should have been marking him. So like I said, my fool's moment doesn't go to a single player because I can't really, like, I'm not a tactical expert.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be qualified to pick out which specific person dropped that. But, I mean, I may not be an expert, but I do have eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So that was something that was frustrating for me. However, it was a fantastic showing all around.
Mm-hmm. And those are just learning moments. They're
Yeah.
not like super fools. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened. Like,
It was just, it was a breakdown that happened, but it's something to learn from. You know, their chances were limited during the game.
yeah,
So I'll take it.
yeah. Speaking of other crowns to give, MLS Soccer always has their team of the match day.
MLSsoccer.com. Why is it MLSsoccer.com? This is going to be a little bit of a tangent here. It bugs me
Major
so
League
much.
Soccer?
Yeah, Major League Soccer.com. It's like when someone says it's an ATM machine.
Mm-hmm.
It's an automated teller
Chai
machine. Yeah, it's a little pet peeve of mine, and I hate that that's the official website. MLSsoccer.com. Why?
Anyways.
Just MajorLeagueSoccer.com. Because if you can't do MLS, because I think something already has that domain.
Yeah.
But MLS Soccer.
Yeah.
MajorLeagueSoccer.com. Anyway, I'll
Get off your soapbox.
get off my soapbox. I have quite a few soapboxes, everyone. You'll get to know.
But we had, so their week 2 team of the match day. Starting 11, we had Rafa Cabral on the team and Xavier Gozo on the bench.
Well deserved for both of them.
Oh, absolutely.
I do think that Hezarkhani got robbed.
Yeah.
Because he should have been on there too. Because
He's just a baby.
He had such a great performance.
He did.
But I think he should have been up there with Gozo because they both performed incredibly well. But I am so happy to see Gozo getting
recognition.
getting the recognition he deserves. And then Cabral getting the recognition that he deserves.
He had 8 saves in that game. 8 big saves.
He had a fantastic performance.
Mm-hmm.
And he consistently does that. And for some reason, he's not considered one of the best keepers in this league. I can't understand that. People sleep on him, and I have no idea why. He is a fantastic keeper. He is a fantastic person. He's a great captain.
Mm-hmm.
He deserves every accolade he gets.
Mm-hmm.
And this match day, or team of the match day nod
was well deserved.
Well deserved. And I'm so happy for Gozo and for Cabral.
Mm-hmm.
It's really just fun to see our players on there. For Cabral, who was our MVP in 2025, played 3,600 minutes and played in all 40 matches of 2025 across all competitions. Just absolute Iron Man.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Yeah, he deserved that nod, and he deserves more.
Yeah. So we're excited for him for the rest of the season.
One of the things that I love that comes up with the season openers and with the home openers is you get these legacy stats. And one of my favorite ones that came up is all-time season openers or home openers. So far, we are 11 wins, 9 draws, and 2 losses.
That's awesome. Sandy's a hard place to play, especially the home opener.
Yeah, the home opener in Utah is just special.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that we are able to carry that energy into subsequent matches.
Yeah.
And build on it, especially as we get some better performances.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, we kind of felt the energy dropping as the season went on. This season, there's a lot of hope, a lot of belief, like we've talked about. With consistent performances coming in, I am hopeful to see that energy rise.
Yeah.
And get the engagement back up to the level it was in 2024 and then even further.
Oh, absolutely. I think it'll be awesome. It was not a snowmageddon. It was a rainmageddon for this game. But at least it wasn't snowmageddon.
Yeah. Much better than the weather from the last home opener.
Not last home opener. Last home opener was beautiful.
2 home openers ago.
Yeah. Last one was like balmy because it was the middle of the day.
Yeah.
And also against Seattle.
Yeah.
On a more serious note, we do have the injury report for multiple players, but most present on our mind is Ari Piol. He was taken off on the 82nd minute after being on the laying in pain for 4 minutes before being taken off. They had been told it might be his Achilles tendon, something in his ankle.
But we got confirmation from Pablo on Tuesday that it was a ruptured Achilles tendon and that Ari would be needing to undergo surgery. So he had that surgery Wednesday and he's recovering as of recording this on Thursday. The surgery was a success, and he has a great prognosis. He'll be back once it's healed.
But it will be the end of the season, though.
Yeah, it won't be this year that he'll be back. But he did have a message for everyone. So I highly encourage you to go and see on his social media so you can read the whole thing.
But I love what he said. It said, "See you next season, stronger."
So our thoughts and prayers go out to Ari Piol. We love him. He's a young guy. He's an exciting player, and he was just getting some really good momentum through this game. So hopefully we see him recovering and back to training soon, or as soon as possible with an injury like this where it is so severe. We wish him a speedy and
full recovery.
Recovery, yeah.
Coming from an accident-prone person, injuries are hard, and recovery is not linear. And so if we can send prayers and positive thoughts as much as possible, I think that's going to be the most impactful. And just send him as much love as you can. Comment on his posts, things like that, because he needs to know that we're behind him.
So let's rally behind our guy.
We do also know for sure that Olatunji is doing much better. His eye is not a ruptured or a detached retina.
Yeah.
So that's really good. He was in practice with goggles on.
Pablo said in an interview that his vision is good. He's playing well with the goggles on. So we could potentially see him in the Atlanta match. We'll see how that goes. We'll see what the availability report comes out to be. But as of now, it's a possibility.
Luna and Yedlin are also still questionable as of recording. We don't know for sure.
Luna, we're pretty sure it's going to be another week or two, if not longer. While they were treating the injury that he sustained on his knee, they found some other things that were concerning. Not things that needed to necessarily be done right away.
Just things to be aware of.
Well, and more of like, if we treat it now.
If you treat it now, it won't be a problem later.
Yeah, if you treat it now, it's a couple weeks off the field now, as opposed to reacting to something later down the road where he's out for months. So in such an important year for Luna and for his career, they made the decision to go ahead and treat the whole picture. So take a little bit of time away from the pitch right now to avoid a larger break later.
Oh, for sure.
So
especially with the World Cup coming up and with the rest of the season. It's
just a big season for Diego. So we'll see him back soon, but not in this game.
Positives though, everyone has their visa.
Yeah, we do have everybody visa eligible, so no one else is waiting.
Now we're just waiting for match readiness.
So that takes us into our next match that's upcoming. So we have Atlanta United on Saturday. So that's Saturday, March 7th. Kickoff will be at 5:30 Mountain Time. And it's going to be in Atlanta, so it's a road match, but it's a road match that I feel excited about. I feel hopeful about.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, historically with Atlanta, in our last 5, they've won 3, we've won 2. But our
Atlanta
last win
has not won a game in a while.
Yeah, in their last 5, they have a draw and 4 losses across regular season and preseason.
Yeah.
So they've not gotten off to a strong start. They have not scored this year so far.
Their draw was a 0-0 draw.
The draw was in preseason. It was a 1-1 draw in preseason, but in regular season, they lost 2-0 to FC Cincinnati and 2-0 to San Jose.
Oh, no.
So their coach had some pretty strong reactions at the end of their last game and flat out said, this isn't good enough. So we could see some of that anger and frustration coming in, they do tend to play better at home. It is a pretty hostile environment.
Mm-hmm.
But where we have such good momentum, I am excited for RSL's chances going into
For
this
sure.
one.
The last time we played them was in 2024 in July,
That was when they were here.
and we beat them 5-2.
Yeah, it was not a easy outing for them. The last time the RSL faced Atlanta in Atlanta, it was a 2-1 win for Atlanta, but that was in 2022. It's been 2 years since our last meeting with them, or at least 2 seasons since our last outing against them.
Mm-hmm.
But we have a lot of good momentum coming in. We have Gozo, Moisa, Hezarkhani all performing well.
Mm-hmm.
We have Olatunji, who could be seeing the pitch. We have Guilavogui, who we could potentially see starting.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of things to be excited about for this one.
Stein Spearings was on the plane.
And Stein was doing awesome in training. So I'm very excited about that. And I see more and more where people like Jason Kreis or Pablo have compared him to Kyle Beckerman. And, from people who have coached him and played with him, they know Kyle Beckerman, they know his style.
Yeah.
So when they compare a player to him, I think that they have some authority to say that.
That makes you pretty excited.
It does. Where Kyle Beckerman's my favorite RSL player of all time. Seeing him on the pitch, at times it was a little uncanny.
Really? That's awesome.
It was fun. But seeing the rest of the guys in training as well. Solon's excellent finishing in training. I'm so excited for him. And seeing Gozo and Hezarkhani and Guilavogui combining in training.
That's a triple threat. If
That
I've
was
ever heard
awesome
one.
to see. And there was a moment in training on Tuesday where on the line, Aiden is taking the ball into the box, driving towards the net. Veteran defender comes in on him, and he just does this back heel flip nutmeg on that defender who is trying to level like a pretty good body check on him. And Aiden rotates his body around and ends up flipping around this defender. Insane move. It was an insane move, and all of the media that were there watching, all of us were just like, "Oh my gosh," just freaking out. It was so cool. And that is what we have to look forward to from Hezarkhani. Against these veteran players, he is not intimidated, and he has the support of his team, and he knows that. Mm-hmm. So he's willing to play a little harder, try a little more.
He's willing to ball out.
And it's going to be really fun to see that progression through this season. And especially like once we have everybody back, those fights for minutes, I don't think they're going to be as easy as some people thought. Mm-hmm. And Hezarkhani is really making a name for himself right now.
And it makes everyone better.
Yeah, and I love seeing this with RSL, where we see young players who are developing well and getting recognition, where it started with Luna and then Gozo and Hezarkhani. It's like every year we have a young player who's coming up. And this year we not only have all of those that I've mentioned with Luna, Gozo, Hezarkhani, we also have Luka Moisa. We can't forget him. He was not an attacking player, but he is just as impressive.
Oh, absolutely.
And
he got the hockey assist.
Yeah. It's going to be just a crazy season with the level of talent that we have. And I know I sound like a broken record, but it is really impressive and really fun. Going into this Atlanta game, I have my thoughts on predictions, but Kayla, what are you thinking? Let's get you to start it off.
I'm going to say 3-0 win.
A 3-0 win?
A 3-0 win. Here's why. Guilavogui is in good form. Aiden Hezarkhani, Gozo, and Solons are all in really good form. We have so much there. Sanabria is awesome. Like, we have a lot to go for us. And they're not doing very good. They're not doing well right now. And we have Cabral.
That's also true.
And I want him to get a shutout. I really want him to get a shutout. So I'm going to say 3-0. And I think that Morgan Guilavogui is going to get his first goal.
All right. You heard it here.
Hey, I won last week.
Yeah, you did. You got it exactly right.
I said 2-1.
And I said 2-0. I was so close. Once they scored, I was like, oh no. But going into this one, it is their home opener.
Mm-hmm.
I think their fans are going to rally them a little more than what they've experienced so far. They are also playing mad, and they've probably had a really intense week of training.
But playing mad can also play reckless.
So I'm also very high on our offensive chances, but I'm going to say it's going to be a 3-1 or possibly a 3-2. But I think I'm going to lock I think I'm going to lock it in at the 3-1 because it's hard to score when the ball is on your opponent's feet. So I think that RSL is going to dominate possession.
Mm-hmm.
I think RSL is going to dominate in the attacking zone. And I don't think that Atlanta's going to spend much time on the attack. So I don't think they're going to have a lot of time to build anything that's really dangerous. So I think maybe one goal because they have their fans rallying them, but that's about it. We also have another announcement we forgot to go over. We got Leagues Cup coming up. So we have Leagues Cup in August, and we have 3 games that are all going to be played in America First Field. We have on August 4th, Tigres. On August 8th, we have Mazatlan coming. And August 11th, we have FC Juarez. That should be fun. Looking where they're at on their tables, they're all kind of lower mid. So they're all below the 10th place position. So
hopefully we do well.
Yeah. Historically, it can go either way. We've had 6 wins, 6 losses, and 5 draws against Liga MX teams. And historically, we've been outscored 24-21. But last year, we did have a shootout win over Club America that no one saw coming.
Yeah.
And that was with the unfortunate roster that we had last year. So going into this Leagues Cup, we should see, I think we should see some good performances. I think we're going to see a further run in the tournament for RSL than we've seen in the past. I also think that this would be a fun year to try and get a trophy out of this tournament.
The front office did say that they want to win trophies.
So this would be, in my opinion, a good opportunity to try and capitalize. We'll see how that goes, but that's coming up in August, so mark your calendars for that.
Yeah, we don't have the times for them. They'll be TBD. But as soon as we get more info, we'll let you know. We always do.
And I know there's a lot of people who don't like the Leagues Cup, and people say, oh, it's a cash grab. Every tournament is a cash grab. That's what they are. That's what they're for. They're for profit. No one's out here doing this
for charity.
For no reason. So, I mean, the Open Cup is a cash grab. It's a historic cash grab, but it's a cash grab. The Champions League is a cash grab. It's a historic one, but it's a cash grab. Liga MX and MLS coming together for the Leagues Cup. It's newer. They're still working out their formats over time, but I think it's fun. And I also like seeing MLS clubs winning Leagues Cup because it shows that, and this is going to be my hot take, MLS is a better league than Liga MX. And I will say that 10 toes down. I will stand on that. MLS is a better league than Liga MX. Liga MX has like 3 teams that are good. That's it.
We have a lot.
We are a better league.
I agree.
Yeah. So that's my hot take. Feel free to debate me in the comments. Just know that you're wrong. Liga MX is not as good, and it is getting worse over time. You look at the players that go into Liga MX, no one goes to Liga MX and then leaves to a better league. People go through MLS to better leagues all the time. MLS is on the rise. Liga MX is on the decline. That's my hot take. Debate me. Argue with the wall.
On that note, Giles, do we have any listener questions?
We do. So we have a few questions across all of our different channels. So we have, let's see, let's go ahead and start with Twitter or X.
It's always going to be Twitter. It's the same as the Delta Center. The Delta Center is always the Delta Center. It doesn't matter what it's called.
So from Twitter/X, we have, so this person says, my question is, I heard Piol is out for the season.
Which we confirmed
that. Should RSL try and get a replacement for him now, or wait till the summer, or get no replacement? What do you think, Kayla?
I don't think we need to scramble like we did with last year when we scramble bought Forster Ajago and Johnny Russell and Willie Agata. Like, it felt like a scramble.
Well, we got Ajago from the draft.
Yeah.
The re-entry draft.
But last year we were struggling. Last year we were pushing so hard to just get people, to just get players because we were so far behind. But we don't need to this time. We have all the young guys coming in with Aiden Hezarkhani. We have hopefully Guilavogui starting. We have Sergei Salons. We have Gozo can move up to the front if we need to. We have options. So it doesn't feel as dire. So I don't think that we're going to get anyone. We might get someone in the summer. We didn't announce this last time, but Justin Glad is filling the DP slot until the summer for GAM reasons.
Yeah, for GAM reasons, but that leads me to believe that we are gearing up to take a pretty big swing in the summer. So we'll be getting someone, but I don't know if we're going to be looking to replace Piol.
Yeah. Oh, and Olatunji will be back too. Like, we have so many ahead that it'll be okay.
It's an interesting position for us to be in where we have depth and we have good depth at like every position. So
knock on wood.
Yeah. So I think that's a new feeling for us as
we're not scrambling
as RSL fans.
Like, we're okay for a little bit.
Yeah. So I think you're right. I think that we'll see an acquisition, but I don't think we're going to be swinging for a Piol replacement. I think, if anything, we're going to be swinging for players who are leaving because of transfers, or just taking a swing at a good player to benefit the roster.
Yeah. We did get a question from Instagram, and it says, will Luna be playing this weekend? And as of right now, no. Unfortunately, he is not quite ready. He is jogging in practices, so like it is hopeful, but not for this week.
Yeah, I think if anything, we'll see maybe a week or two before we see Luna back in full training and then back on the pitch in limited capacities. And he'll be worked back in. He's not going to be back from injury and starting, so
yeah,
we'll see that worked through. But he'll be back soon. And that takes us to another question that we got through our website, or not so much a question, but a hot take. And it says, I'm a bit worried about Luna coming back and the ball sticking too much. For me, I'm not worried about Luna coming back. I'm not worried about the ball getting stuck in one area of the field because of what we've seen so far.
We've seen the way they play as a team. We aren't Inter Miami where we only stick to Messi. Yeah, we aren't surrounding our entire play on one player.
Yeah, watching the first half of Inter Miami versus Orlando, that was frustrating to see. And like, they did make an adjustment in the second half, so they did come back and win that game 4-2 after being down 2-0. But they had to adjust because running the ball from DePaul and Messi only wasn't working. We haven't built a system that even has that risk of relying only on two players. We have dangerous options
Everywhere.
on both channels. We have it dangerous through the middle, and all of our front five attacking players are really dangerous options that work well together.
Mm-hmm.
So
They're
I'm not,
cohesive.
yeah, I'm not worried about the ball getting stuck because we've not seen it get stuck. We've
Mm-mm.
seen the ball moving quite a bit, and they're not afraid to pull a big switch.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my take on it. Hopefully that kind of makes sense. What do you think, Kayla? You kind of agree?
Agreed. Ditto. I agree. Like I said, our tactic isn't to just rely on one person. Our tactic is to, if someone else is open, to pivot to that person. We saw it in this game where Sanabria passed it over, and Gozo and Hezarkhani were right there, and so Gozo saw and let Hezarkhani get it because he saw that he had the better option. Gozo moved it forward. He could have tried to take the goal, but he saw that Piol had a better shot, passed it to Piol, and Piol got the goal. Like, we have a very selfless play, I guess, while also being a little selfish. Like, if that makes sense.
Like knowing when to take the strike for yourself or
Yeah.
when to give the better option.
Exactly. And it's showing it very well.
Yeah.
Guilavogui did the same thing when he passed it to Salons. Like, it was not, oh, I'm just going to take it because I can, or I'm going to be the only one that does it. Like, we pass the ball a lot, and it's very hopeful.
Yeah, it's a mature line of thinking for the young players that's playing beyond their years.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that I think is because the club is so close, this roster is so close within the like their chemistry and their relationships, like they're friends. So
On and off
they
the
work
field.
yeah, they work well together because they get along, because they make an effort in that. And that's something that I want to touch on a little bit because Justin Glad talked about it in the media availability after training on Tuesday.
Which all of these videos are on our YouTube if you guys want to look at them.
Yeah, and I highly encourage you to go and listen to the full things because it's one thing to hear it from us. It's another thing to hear it directly from them. So highly recommend. It's on our YouTube. It's across all of our social media. You can find them. But Justin Glad mentioned this. He said that it coming from the top down, there is a big push for the players to spend time together off the pitch, to like hang out, to do activities together, to really make an effort to build friendships. And that is such a smart move, and we're seeing it pay off.
It's the same thing as you do like team building exercises or whatever you do in the office, because this is their office. And the more you're able to be cohesive and gel off the field, the easier it is to communicate on the field.
Yeah.
Because you know how to talk to each other. You know that you can trust one another.
And I love seeing that. I love seeing that they are just having fun. And I think it comes from with a little bit of recognition of like how fortunate they are as players to be able to be doing what they love and to being able to like they get to play a game for a living. Granted, there's a lot of hard work that goes into that. And I would never discount that because they are in way better shape than I could be. And they have talent in buckets. And it's impressive. And a lot of that comes from a lot of years of incredibly hard work. And they continue to put in that hard work. But at the same time, it is a game.
The other thing that's cool to see is the way that the young guys play. Or the young guys are able to give energy to the older players, and the older players are able to give that experience and advice to the younger players so that they have that camaraderie. Cabral talked about how much energy the young guys have and how fun it is to watch their energy. They're able to kind of guide that energy into something positive. But that only comes from being around each other. So, no, I don't think that I don't think it's going to stick to Luna at all. I mean, it is going to stick a little bit.
It'll move through him.
It'll move through him.
But it's not going to get stuck.
No. And he'll have moments and he'll have great assists and great goals. And I have great expectations and excitement for Luna. But he's not our only piece. And we're not desperate to only have him.
Yeah. And last year we did see a little bit of that, like momentum get stuck with him. But it was because he was trying to do it on his own.
because he had no one around him.
Yeah, he didn't have the
Gozo
support.
came out in towards the end of the season, but
you need more than one option.
Mm-hmm.
For him to be able to be effective, he can't just dribble the ball into space and then only have one person to pass to. He needs multiple options.
Yeah.
And
so, I'm
with
excited.
this new squad, he's got them. But that is all the time we've got for now. Quick reminder to y'all, we have the Atlanta match on March 7th, and then we are back home against Austin FC on March 14th after that.
Don't forget to check us out on all of our socials, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all of those links are also on bootroom801.com. So that's kind of our hub. Check us out and follow us, and that way you can have your questions answered. We're so excited and we're happy to be here.
So as always, go RSL, and we will see you next week in the boot room.
Bye!